Hey, people of God, listen. This message, I just want to encourage. Whew, it's hot out here, man. I just want to encourage the young entrepreneurs, those of you who are in business, those of you who are going into business, and things get a little heavy for you. You feel a little discouraged. Sometimes you just need somebody to encourage you, or things seem real hard. You're gonna have to cut things out. You're gonna have to cut some people out, let some people go. There are gonna be some people who are envious of your uprising or this new venture. You probably ain't even uprising yet, but if you are, you already experiencing what I'm saying. But you're gonna have a lot of folk who are envious. You gotta be in prayer, and you gotta put God first. You gotta pray about everything that you're doing. Come up with your plans, write your stuff down. Whatever type of business you're running, include God in that thing every day and night. When you're doing your paperwork, I don't know if you're starting off hiring folk, you might start off small. Whatever business it is, you might be your only employee for some time. And after you get that thing going, you learn how to wear the hats of every type of administration that you need inside of your business. And you might find more peace managing and running certain things yourself once you get the hang of it. But you got to keep God first. You got to be willing to let people go when they kill your energy, when they drain your energy, when you need a prayer. Sometimes business gonna get hard. Sometimes things might not come through like you want it to come through, but you can never give up. If you give up, then you might as well. If you're a person who quick to give up or complain and always do I can't do this, I can't do that. If you're the type of person to speak like that, you're never gonna progress. You're gonna start something and it's gonna fail. Because you're gonna have some real tough times. You're gonna have some times where you in blood, sweat, and tears. You're gonna have some scars from that business. But anything worth having is worth fighting for. It's worth the fight. Do you have the fight in you? And let me tell you something. When you ask God for something, God just don't, he not just gonna hand you everything. You're gonna have to grow through the pains of being an entrepreneur. You're gonna have to grow through the pains of being disappointed. You're gonna have to grow through the pains of having high volume and low volume. You're gonna have to grow through the pains of managing the fact that the money is big this month and little next month. You're gonna have to grow through the pains and know how to manage your spending. You're gonna have to, God is gonna do a lot on the inside of you, but if you can stick through it and press your way through it, and as that business continues to grow, your baby is just like a baby. You gotta take care of that thing. As that thing continues to grow, in the end, you'll be able to help somebody else. You'll be able to encourage somebody else, right? And you gotta be hard working. And you can't put all your business out there like I said, you're gonna have a lot of opposition, a lot of people jealous of you. You gotta know when to speak and when to close this right here, and when God is doing things in your business, you can't post everything. Like, I know I don't have a personal Facebook account, but when I used to, there was somebody who I used to be attached to. I didn't cut that off. But every time they got something new, even if it wasn't business, even if they just went and got a new car, they had to post the whole thing on Facebook. They had to show everybody the stuff on Facebook. If they got a new house, they had to walk around and show all the stuff. If people see, I'm not saying you have to hide your blessings. Some folks you do have to hide yourself from. You don't need to see. But I'm not telling you to hide your stuff. What I'm saying is, everything is not for Facebook. Tell the people who happy for you. When you going through certain things, or when you having certain celebrations, tell the folk who be praying for you, who help you get prayers through, who gonna be happy. And then they're not gonna send you that negative energy. And then as you start, you done put all your business out there, all your blessings, and it ain't even matured yet. So now as you going, you getting this happening, this breaking down, this happening. You be like, what the heck is going on? Everything was going so good. You got all that negative energy. Folk don't want to see you climb up. So if you're the type of person to get something new or get you a new car, why? Everybody don't need to know what you're riding in. If they see it, they see it. Let them see stuff on their own. When folks say, oh, where you get that from? When you get that? When I ain't told you. Let folks see stuff on their own. Be excited with God and let your stuff mature. Let your stuff fully manifest and fully materialize, because they're gonna be struggles. But you add more. Sometimes I think we add more struggles when we try to invite everybody in our lives. And I ain't telling you nothing I ain't had to grow through, because I was very young and dumb and foolish and immature. And I always was a giving person, but I always expected folk to be happy for me like I was happy for them. I always expected folk to love me like I loved them. I always expected folk to support me like I would support them. I never in my heart wanted to see people be pulled down. And when I saw somebody getting new things or elevating, I'd be so happy for them. I would wonder what kind of gift I could do, or what can I do to probably support them and stuff like that. And most of the times, you know, certain things, it's just good to get. I just gave folk money or sow a seed in people's life, and you pray about that thing because you want to see them do good, you know. But everybody is not like that. Everybody is not going to reciprocate that. And I had to learn that. I had to, you know, and I'm still learning. You know, I had to learn, and it's hard to just fathom sometimes that there are evil people that just don't want to see you do good. They don't want to see. Some people can be down and stuck, and they don't want to see you stuck. So you got to be comfortable with letting people come. Some people come, and you got to be comfortable with letting people go, basically, you know. So that's just my advice for the young and new entrepreneurs. Press your way through. It's gonna get tough, but you know, always keep a positive attitude. Don't be quick to complain when something seems like it ain't going right. Remember, you are a child of God. Whatever you ask God, especially when you're doing right and you have good intentions, you know, excellent customer service should be your main goal. You're trying to serve people, whatever business you have. You know, you pray about things, and everything will always work itself out for you. All right, nice meeting you. Everything will always work itself out for you. So you just pray about everything. Don't be too quick to get discouraged. Remember, the scriptures tell us the just shall live by faith. The just shall live by faith, right? So remember, the scriptures tell us the just shall live by faith, right? So sometimes you may start out your morning and going and doing your work and stuff, and things may not seem like it's going how you want it. Learn to pray and press your way through and believe and trust God. Know that, just tell yourself, if something's gonna work out, I'm gonna get this, you know. So even if you seem like you're struggling, so I'm gonna get this, you know. Once you press your way through that pressure don't stay the same, you know. It goes down. You learn, you grow, and as you grow, it's gonna be like, man, it's a piece of cake. You can tell from, oh, that's just self-induced stress that you're dealing with right now. Stop thinking about it too much. Just get up and do it. Write down your plan. You know, write down your plans every day. Once you get your business going, and then you want to grow it, write it down and give it to God. Write it down and keep on going. Just keep on trusting. Never give up, even when things are tough. Just keep on going. It don't stay tough. Trouble don't last always. You got to be a soldier. You got to be somebody who is, you know, relentless. You got to, you know, you just got to be strong and never give up. Always keep going, even if you have to cry sometime. Cry, release them tears, cleanse your soul. Sit down, cry, and then guess what? The same God that was there before you cry, He's gonna be the same God after you finish crying, and you're gonna have to learn how to pull on Him. You're gonna have to learn how to stand on His word. You have to learn how to talk to Him. You're gonna have to learn how to encourage yourself sometimes, because sometimes, hey, all right, take care. You're gonna have to learn how to encourage yourself, you know, because sometimes He gonna pull away. Sometimes you might not be able to hear His voice. Sometimes you might not be able to feel His presence, but He always there. You see, our faith has to be tried by fire. It ain't always easy when that faith being tried, because sometimes you might be like, I need an answer right now, God. I need you to help me with this right here. You got to use the wisdom and discernment that He's put on the inside of you and His word. Go back and look at some of our ancestors in the Bible, you know, how they maneuvered through certain situations and what type of decisions they made. Read the scriptures in context and really learn a lot of these stories. Look at the pressure was on some of these people when they was going through different little things, and look at how, you know, how the decisions that they made or whatever, you know. So just find yourself in the Word of God. That's your number one thing that's going to encourage you. And you know, if you can tune into folk who always saying something positive, who putting you on game, who expanding your knowledge, listen to things that's going to feed your soul when you're doing your work, when you're out and about and stuff like that. Don't be, you know what I'm saying, some music, you have to turn it off sometime and let some good knowledge feed your soul. And if you ain't got no good knowledge, or you don't know nobody you can tune into to feed your soul, then let the scriptures play. They got the app now, they got the Bible app where you can just press the play button, and even that'll play. It's always good to feed the soul. But I'm gonna tell you now, sometimes you don't think, when you feed your spirit man, your inner man, sometimes you can be just out and about thinking about business ideas, decisions, and that spirit man will begin to regurgitate some things to you. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you, even the word of God, it'll begin to regurgitate them scripture, quote them things back to you in your mind. Folk will be like, well, Dad, how you know the word so good? You go, I ain't know the word. Yeah, I study it, but that's what I done fed my spirit. So it's just feeding it back to me at this time that I need it, or that I need to speak it so somebody else can hear it. See what I'm saying? So always pray and let the spirit gain ascendancy over the flesh. The spirit and the flesh, they war against one another. So we need our spirit to always be in a higher power than the flesh. And that means every now and then we have to crucify this flesh. Yep, we got to keep crucifying it, because it'll jump up sometime and act crazy. Want to make us do crazy things. But anyway, be encouraged, young people. Be encouraged, people who are starting a business, new to business. Just the key to success, staying positive, never give up, and keeping folk out your business. Everybody don't need to know everything about you. They don't need to know every single thing, you know? So that's just my little 2 cents. And always pay it forward, right? Once you get going, and once you've mastered it, you've arrived, then you can teach someone coming behind you. Teach them. I ain't say give them handouts, but you can give them a hand up. You can give them a hand up. You can teach them just by sharing knowledge. And sometimes you give them a little bit of knowledge to see what they're going to do with it. There's some folk, they want you to carry their load. They want to come and feed you every single thing, because they know you the source. You will tell them every single thing, and you will help carry their load and just walk them through and make it so easy. But sometimes you got to just give folks some crumbs and sit back and see how they're going to do. See how they're going to manage them crumbs. See what I'm saying? See if they're going to do their own work, and they ain't trying to put all of their work on you, because you just one person. You know, together we are strong. Everybody got to play their part. So it's not good for folk to allow folk to dump all their problems on you, and you always walking them through, getting them over. If you always walking them through their problems, getting them through their problems, and they keep calling you, that's gonna wear you down, because then they're not gonna learn how to fight. They're gonna just rely on you to fight for them. They're gonna rely on you to fight their battles. But you got to teach them the knowledge that they need, share the knowledge that they need, point them in the right direction, and then see how they do. Because once they grow, if they grow and they're doing their internal work, then they can be a support for you. You know, it's reciprocal, back and forth. When you need encouragement or you need some type of support, once you've helped boosted them up, now they can sometimes help you if you need a little boost. But you can't just let people just constantly ride off of you neither. And don't try to save, how can I say it? Don't try to save the whole wide world. And what I mean by that is, you just one person starting out in a new business. So things might start out booming for you. Don't try to go back and think you owe nobody nothing. You got to save yourself up. And because you know what I'm saying, you got to build up your business capital, you know, and folk can take you down before you ever get started if you don't manage and steward what God has given you the proper way. You get what I'm saying? I hope I was clear. But anyway, it's hot out here. Let me go. I gotta go cook some dinner. I see y'all later. I love you. But be encouraged, young people. Congratulations. Many of you got the business ideas up here. You ain't put the pen to paper yet. You ain't went and done nothing yet, but go and do it. Put the steps, go forward. You know, and for those of you who've already started your little businesses and things like that, I'm happy for you. I love you. You're going to continue to grow. You're going to continue to prosper. Yeah, that's just my little 2 cents. Whatever you do, keep God in it. As long as God is in it and you do your work like you're doing it for the Lord. You be honest. You run an honest company. It's hard to find a lot of honest, upright businesses these days. You got a lot of folk, a lot of them, they just money hungry. You know, they charge folk outrageous prices for things because they want to come up so fast. They want to shoot up there that fast way. But you know, you be reasonable based on how the Lord leads you. You be reasonable with folk. And if you got to take your slow success you climbing that mountain at a slow rate, you're going to be, as long as you stay slow and consistent. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Just stay slow and consistent. And you're going to endure all the little bumps, all the little hiccups. You don't want to shoot up there too fast, you know. And when God blesses you, can't no man do nothing. When God be for you, can't nobody do nothing to bring you down. You're going to go through some trials and tribulations. We all do. But when God got his stamp, seal of approval on you, they can't touch you. All right, now, I love it. Go and be great.